Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Matthew Stafford, week 14. The Rams rolling, putting on an absolute clinic, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. I really try to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. All sorts of nuance, detail, depth going on over there. Not just about quarterback play, but high-level offense and defense. Hop over there, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Matthew Stafford, the Rams, week 14, rolling. Right here, 3rd and long. Stafford's got to get out, create, not there, find Nakua, working back with him in relationship. Thought Stafford did a really nice job here. Obviously, unreal arm talent, but staying on the move, extending here, creating a little bit. And then the easy gas, the arm talent really just jumps off the film. It's borderline laughable a few times. Nakua is the point on the bunch here up top. He's going to be working the in. It looks like they've got Kupp as the number 3 working a little choice route. It's not there. You know, could he put it on Kupp right there? Maybe. Right tackle's getting walked back in his lap. Got to go. He's able to extend, create, and then just the easy gas, right? It's the capacity, you know, to not only be precise in the drop back game, but just these little sprinkles of extending and then whoom, rip it right up on his face. Outstanding. Next one here, 2nd and 8. We're going to get a little quaddy down here to the bottom. I love this little, I'm going to call it like a scissors sail combination, but what I love here from Stafford is the fact that he throws it right at Kupp. So you don't necessarily lead him. You throw it right at him, right between the defenders. And again, the capacity for Stafford to generate torque, rotational power, pretty outstanding. So first of all, I love me some quad. So we got 4 people here. Oftentimes you'll see double chip out of this type of formation. The Rams end up getting to essentially like a little crosser or an over. We run kind of a post by the number 1. And then this route from Kupp, I love because a traditional corner to me is kind of straight stem, maybe a little indicator, run to the corner. This is much more of like a trail. So he gets in the wake of Nakua and then kind of rolls this thing out. And again, it splits the difference between the cloud corner and the half field safety. And Stafford throws it right at him. So really pay attention to Kupp's kind of stem here as he runs. And again, a condensed quad formation. See him kind of lean in right here? So as Kupp leans in right there, now we're going to split the difference between the corner and the safety. And Stafford throws it right at him. And he's playing with anticipation. He's throwing it right there. Rip it right at him. Beautiful. Stop him right in the hole. Big chunk. So it's the combination of everything, right? The design, the architecture, the execution, the details, and then the talent to just be able to go out there and rip it. Big chunk. Let's go. Next one here, we're going to do a little naked keeper up top. I'm used to calling this a little squirrel route. It's kind of a down, out, up, and come back. Okay, so kind of a quad move. So we're going to go out, sell that little out route. Then we're going to make it up like we're going vertical and then come back on the comeback. Now, the little detail that I love here, first of all, Stafford makes this throw look easy. There's nothing easy about this throw. So what this route is, up top, we're going to come up, boom to the out, and then up, there's a double move, and then that triple move back to the comeback right there. So I'm used to calling that a squirrel. What I love about it is traditionally on this channel, you'll hear me say, hey, anytime we get like this naked keeper world, you almost always get something in the flat, something in the over, and in a condensed world like this, something to the corner. But what the Rams do here is essentially they void the flat. So they say, hey, we're not going to put anything in the flat. What we are going to do, though, is get to the over, and we are going to have this essentially double move for more of a chunk play. So yes, it's naked keeper-ish, like a cousin, but we're not in the traditional flat. We're taking more of a traditional chunk. So you get to the corner, you get to the over, we just don't have anything in the flat because we seal it off. And it doesn't matter because Stafford's able to chunk this thing. Look, when he throws this thing, he goes to throw it right there on the move. Now, again, a normal human would probably want to kind of settle up, reset your feet, and drive this throw. Stafford just stays on the move. Easy gas, playing with anticipation. Just a double move, triple move, come back, go. Love it. I mean, this thing is a thing of beauty. Rip it right up on his face. Again, it's the ease at which Stafford just rips these balls. But it's the combination, right? Because they've manipulated this opportunity for more of a chunk. Yeah, we could get a flat here. Chunk it up. Easy. Man, that's awesome. Next one here, 3rd and 3 from the 3. I'm used to calling these 4-point third downs. We're going to end up trying to get it to Nacua. We have got someone hot, free runner in the B gap. This is one of the few, there were a few, not, obviously there were incompletions in this game, but this was the one I think Stafford probably wishes he had back the most, because either he and Nacua aren't on the same page, or he makes a poor decision about where to go with the ball. So the first thing here is let's just watch Nakua's route. He's going in motion. This little like open inside, I don't even know what you would call it. I guess like China-ish little return. I don't like any sort of hot route where you're asking someone to turn the wrong way to come back in like this. It's just, is he supposed to turn and settle here? What is Stafford expecting here? I just don't think any route that takes this long is necessarily a good answer for a free runner right in our face, right? We're going to get a free runner right through the B gap here. So it's easy for me to say, hey, why don't we throw this little eraser corner, sloppy corner here? And again, it's easy with a clicker and a marker the day after to tell you where all the touchdowns are. I get that. But just the philosophical idea here, yeah, I love throwing it to this guy, love throwing it to this guy. This type of route for me with a hot down here is just tough. So they're either not on the same page or we make a decision error. So again, watch this thing up top. Could you throw it to 5 going to the corner or 15 going to the corner? Hell yeah. And he knows it. And again, I just feel like, now maybe Nacua is doing his own thing and that's supposed to be a choice route and he, usually doesn't flip the wrong way. Who knows? Whatever it is, it's almost a little surprising to see Stafford not make the correct read, perfect throw all the time. So, I personally would probably want to see the left tackle come in there and block the safety in the B gap and make the widest rusher the free runner. But again, could we throw it to that corner? I think we could. Dang. Next one here, another naked keeper. This time, again, no one in the flat, but we end up taking an opportunity for a big comeback down here to the bottom. So we shift, we motion, we get to a 1x3 nub, we secure the edge. We've got the over, we've got the deep comeback again. And again, Nacua, is terrifying to 47 down here. 47 is giving him a massive cushion. But for us in this video and just quarterback wise, we're on the move, we're off platform, we are ripping deep comebacks. Stafford's throwing lasers off platform outside the pocket. And again, to me, it's always a combination of the architecture, the design, and the execution. So you notice the shift. Here comes the motion. So again, you can't just come out here and just say, hey, look at us throw this sweet, on the move, deep comeback here. That in and of itself is awesome. But how'd we get there, right? We shifted Cup. We motioned Nacua. And now we're going to get into this. We're going to void the flat. So there's no one in the flat again. We're going to take someone to the post. There's Nacua on the deep comeback. Cup is securing the backside. And we got the tight end coming across on the over. So again, it's all these strategic choices. And you got Stafford out there throwing lasers. Just absolute seed. I mean, look at this. Look at the how soft 47 is down here to the bottom. I mean, he is just running out of there, his rear to the sideline, anything you want outside the numbers. Beautiful route. Just outstanding offense, making it look easy, right? Outside the tackle box, on the move, shift, motion, chunk. Just absolute ripped laser. And again, you got to at least acknowledge Cup here, securing the edge. 40, decent pass rusher. No problem. Boop, on him. Hell yeah. Next one here, 2nd and 10. Nacua here on the fake shift back and forth up top. He's now the number 2, will be the number 1. This deep out, this throw hookup is simply ridiculous. little play action. The throw is not perfect. It's a better catch than throw. It's still an impressive throw because we're playing with great anticipation. We are ripping this thing deep down the field, outside the numbers. Got to get ourselves lined up. That is a laser. Just ridiculous arm talent. Now, I will say, this to me is a penalty. We got two people moving, Nakua and the wide receiver outside of him right there. This little thing right here to me. Nakua still moving, wide receiver in motion. The way you would stop that, and I think that's what Stafford tells him right here, is if this guy in motion were to just stop, it would be a shift. But because he stays in motion right here, that's two people moving for me. Regardless, this is a beautiful, and I mean beautiful hookup. Deep outside the numbers. This is decent coverage. So now the cushion is a lot tighter. He's still got his rear to the sideline like this, like he's looking in. So if you're on time, really anything outside the numbers is going to be good. It's still tight coverage. The throw's a little bit off. That makes the catch even more impressive. But man, you playing play action, offensive architecture. Look at when he throws this thing. He pats it right there. You can see Nakua up top. He's not out of that yet. Right there, he's throwing that thing. I mean, just can hear the sound effects just watching the all-22 on that thing. That's a ridiculous catch. It's a big-time throw. It's just elite arm talent. Now, do I think he could make life easier for himself if he got turned at the top? Yeah, but he eventually gets there. Like that is not an ideal spot to be making that throw next. Especially when you got a fire hydrant, coming right downhill at you. Such a good chip, actually. Watch the back. It's such a good chip on him that it knocks him off the guard. Bam! That's just a ridiculous throw and catch. Wow. Next one here, 3rd and 3. We're going to work Cooper Kupp down here at the bottom slot. This is just ridiculous execution. Just world-class precision in the drop back 3rd down series. Just simply spectacular. We're blocked up. We get the ball out. He's got great base. An absolute strike. Again, we're playing with anticipation. So down here at the bottom, normally I would say this is choicey, but this to me looks like just a true quick out or flat. And the thing to really pay attention to is for this guy, he's great at a lot of things, but he's able to keep his stride, even though it's tight press coverage, right? Like someone's right in his lap. He's able to keep his stride through the contact and away. And again, we're able to then play this with anticipation, and the throw is perfect. So it's all these things. This is real craft from Kupp here to be able to get through this with speed right there, and then the ball's right on him. I mean, it is a perfect throw. Watch Stafford. He goes to throw this thing right there. I mean, he's throwing it right there. Look at Kupp. I mean, that's hip-to-hip, sticky coverage down here to the bottom. First down, NFL. That's awesome. That is excellent. World-class execution. Into the boundary, short side. Trust your guy to win. Put it right on him. Hell yeah. All right, into the second half here. We're going to have Nakua down here to the bottom. He's going to become the new number 2. Again, when I'm used to calling this a racer out. It's kind of like a sloppy corner. The anticipation, the catch radius, the tough catches. Dude, 17, newsflash here, is obviously special talent. I think Stafford probably has a little bit more time than he thinks right here to the bottom. But again, what I love, and it's all over this film, is just the little details here of, all right, we come down in here. Well, what does that do to the defense? Well, now we get off 17. Great. Now we're going to come up and run this little like racer, sloppy corner, out, whatever you want to call it. Now, again, the throw, is it exactly where we want? Probably not. But does it give him a chance, and does he make a hell of a play? Yeah. I mean, there's guys making plays all over the field. Again, you can see him kind of shooting a fadeaway for no reason here for me. But he's letting that thing go right there. Again, this is a perfect pick. This is the NFL. Tight, sticky coverage. Throwing people open. Again, do we have to make this throw like this? Hell no. Okay, we'd love to put our foot in the ground, make this a perfect throw right where, leading him out this way as opposed to leading him up like this and having to make a circus catch. But still, at the end of the day, good enough is good enough. But man, the anticipation, the decisiveness, the ability to make these tough catches with the overlay of the beautiful design and the nice pass pro, really blocked up. You don't throw a lot of like back shoulder outs like this or sloppy corners. And that's not the intent of that throw. It's just how it works out. But that's still a hell of a catch. My goodness. Next one here, 3rd and 6. Again, Nacua up top this time. He's going to work this little short in fin route. Again, he's so quick, sudden, but he also has the capacity to create space and make obviously great contested catches. But he and Kupp are just a ridiculous duo. And again, there is a lot going on this play. The first part is just the execution on 3rd down from Stafford, the decision, all that type of stuff. So we're fighting through a penalty, up, and this little short in. And we've got unbelievable suddenness at the start of this thing, great separation at the top. In addition here, we've got an inside release corner. Okay, now there was an earlier throw in this game that I didn't put on here because the defender makes such a great play. But Stafford, could easily make this throw as well. But 3rd, medium, come down here, take this for sure thing. It's a good decision. It's an excellent route. There's guys running wide open all over the place, or open, I should say, not wide open. They're getting themselves open. But again, just watch the suddenness from Nacua at the line of scrimmage, and then at the top, all within like a little 5-yard radius to create that kind of space on 3rd down, that kind of throw. So just a great, and you overlay that with both those dudes being unbelievably physical players. Next one here, we're going to get a big chunk here to Kupp. He's going in motion. We're going to end up running 2x2 all go here. Now, this thing is pretty nasty how they try to defend this thing. We actually fight through a penalty. It looks like we grabbed the face mask there for a big chunk. Stafford here, ridiculous job holding that middle field player. Watch him look to the left and hold 9 going to the opposite side of the field. So left, boom, come back. And again, he barely even has to get through the throw. It's just such easy gas. He's got such great rotational power. So the first thing here to pay attention to, and quarterback wise, is here's the middle field player. On Stafford's drop here, he's going to be holding that middle field player. He wants to move him this way. So he's moving all the way over here, all to come back here and throw the seam to 10 right here. Now, the other thing that's pretty interesting, that's the best part quarterback-wise, and the throw is outstanding. The little nuanced thing that's kind of cool is how they try to handle this defensively. So you can watch here, they get a little confused about who's who in the zoo and how they want to handle this. So it ends up looking like a switch. So as he comes off, it's technically the corner that comes off and grabs him. And I would bet if Stafford didn't have his eyes in the middle of the field here, he probably just back shoulders this throw right here just because it's probably more open in his vision. But he's so locked in on moving the middle field player that he doesn't see that kind of defensive disaster up top. So it's just a really cool play with a lot of little moving parts. So again, first thing here, watch that middle field safety. Hold him, hold him, hold him. Look, he actually moves him on the right towards the bottom of the screen. And we're throwing it the other way. I mean, that is crap. Watch the safety in the top or the left of the screen. We're moving him the other way. He comes to the other side of the field that we're throwing. Now let's watch the switch up top with Kupp coming across in motion. Watch that corner grab him right at the line of scrimmage. Whoop. So again, if he was looking up top, he probably just throws it to 5 on a quick back shoulder. But that is a beautiful seam, tight coverage, fighting through a penalty, a perfect throw. So it's the look off here from Stafford. Hold that safety to the left, and then just the easy gas throw, right? Perfect touch. Again, just whole time he's dropping back. Look left, look left, look left. Back foot in the ground. All his cleats in the ground. Easy rotational. Just whoop. Dot. Hell yeah. Flags all over the place. Next one here, 3rd and 6. We're going to end up hitting Nacua. He's going in motion. He's going to become the number 1 on the bunch up top. He's going to run what I'm used to calling a sail. He's going to be the intermediate on this little flood up top. Stafford off platform, rips it outside the numbers. Now, again, I'm used to calling this stuff in structure off platform, meaning that he's still able to play the play as it's intended, even though he's moving off the launch point. So as he's on the move, up, think about going, keeps his eyes downfield, and just rips easy gas like a shortstop charging a slow roller. This thing is beautiful. And again, continue to say this, but I just really appreciate the design. Seemingly every play, 17 or 10, is on the move. Okay, both those guys are off the line of scrimmage, so we can ensure good releases. this concept, what I'm calling just a flood, is that deep pylon or back corner. Here's where the ball ends up going to Nakua on this, what I'm used to calling like a little sail route. And then we've got Cup in the flat. So we get the 3 layers here, right? Flat, intermediate, deep. And Stafford, for me, the thing that makes this throw a little bit more impressive is just as he's not a statue back there. As he climbs the pocket, he feels that thing open up to the right. He stays on the move and just throws an absolute perfect throw. Off platform, in structure. Still able to play the play, even though he's not perfectly in rhythm in a normal drop base situation. So up, out, got to go, rip it. And again, you can see here kind of how they want to play this thing. If they're trying to just play, a flat defender and someone over the top, well, we've got 3 people flooding the zone. They can't be right. Stafford makes it look easy, because he's able to get out there and off platform, just rip a sail route down the field. So again, great pocket feel. 5, up, out, dip and rip. You saw him take that back shoulder and rip that thing through. So right there, dip and rip that thing, 2 hands on it. Boom, right on him. First down. Hell yes. Next one here, 3rd and 4, ball's on the 18, touchdown pass, Cooper Kupp. He's the number 2 at the bottom. This is Haas wide juke for me. You don't see a lot of country cover 3 in the NFL red zone, in my opinion. It's a great call if you think you're going to get 3. It's the perfect call, really, because you've got all sorts of good options. The other seam is actually even more open. So we've got multiple touchdown opportunities. Again, the aggressiveness on 3rd and 4 to even do this. Okay, so they're obviously presenting middle field open here, right? They're going to end up rolling this thing down. We're going to run what I'm used to calling Haas wide juke. All that means is seams. That's the S part of it, right? 2 seams. We're going to run hitches on the outside. That's the Haas part of it. And then we're going to run wide juke. It really doesn't matter who does the juke. This thing over the ball. So you catch middle field closed here. You can go away from the near safety. You can go to matchup. You can go to personnel. There's a lot of different reasons to do this. The only thing that potentially can get you here is this corner right here trying to play 2 over 1. So if he can kind of get in the seam lane and squeeze this thing, make it a harder throw, that might be a reason to go over here, but I don't know how you're going to know that pre-snap. You just might know personnel-wise for the defense, but we've got options all over the place here. So again, 3rd and 4, ripping a seam. Again, you can see the seam up top just as open, if not more open, right? It's a perfectly thrown ball. Protect him. Great job by Kupp making a contested catch right on that goal line. If it wasn't there, you see the juke over the ball. Right? So you got multiple options. Cover 3. They don't run with the seams. You put it on him. Hell of a job. Not covering 10 in the red zone on 3rd down is a choice. Now, the thing that I think with Stafford is, I don't know if there's a lot of people that would want to do it quite like this. Like the output is outstanding. The end of it is great. There's not a lot of humans that can kind of look to the right here and throw this thing without really even getting through it. He's going backwards, almost like a Brett Favre old school recoil. Just such torque. He can't even get through that thing, right? He's got his left tackle right in his lap. He's going backwards. Kupp's going up, making a hell of a catch. That's a big time play. Next one here, 2nd and 4. We're going to end up hitting Nakua after we get into the play. It looks like we've got at least 2 plays called here. That or he's full on audibling or checking. We get into a middle field closed beater, whether it's man or just straight up close. We got multiple runaways with Nakua on the crosser, Kupp on the little shallow. They're both open. I just love the process and command that Stafford is here. So baked into the system of the offense, you can see Kupp come in motion. Post motion, he's then going to identify what he wants to be in, and he's going to get into this traditional closed beater. And that closed beater for me is whether it's zone and it's middle field closed cover 3, or it's man. So watch the adjustment here to this Kupp movement. So he sees 7 go with him. He sees 1 safety deep. Within his toolbox, he's got the capacity to get to this, what I'm used to calling a traditional middle field closed beater. So here's that safety deep. We're going to run him. Doesn't matter what he does, as long as he gets through there. We've then got 17 coming across on the crosser, and then we've got Kupp coming across on the shallow. And I mean, this is more open. This is probably 1 to 2. It's still a hell of a throw. It's a better play. I always want to, always better to take the deeper throw if you can get it. But it's one of those things where, again, we've got multiple guys open. multiple runaway opportunities. I mean, it's just high level offense, and it's the capacity to get to it baked into the architecture of the system to allow Stafford to take the drop, put your foot in the ground, rip it to one of your dudes. And again, look how hard he is to bring down. They can't even tackle him. Just an outstanding job here. Boom. And again, I can't quite get past how easy Stafford is able to put his foot in the ground and just rotate. The torque, the violence that he's able, and the power he's able to create and be really precise with the ball location. And then 17 is just a beast to get down. Next one here, 4th and 5. Just a massive play from Stafford here. It really is. This is just what he does, in my opinion. Just an absolutely world-class base to be able to go frontside no, backside in yes. Simply no one better in the league for the longest time being able to get to this backside in. Stafford does an outstanding job. Now, this is very similar to the play showed earlier in this video where Nacua was able to create that suddenness and then up on the short in. And you could make the argument that we could probably throw this ball to Nacua. Again, cup on that little corner. So that kind of like variation of smash. That's not there. We're then going to have this backside in. Now, how does this in get so open? So what I'm used to calling middle field closed with a rat player or like a linebacker type, a second level free player. So this guy technically doesn't have anyone. We got a middle field player. He's going to flow with Stafford's eyes, right? We're trying to get this little short in or fin right here. When he flows like that, guess what? That opens up the backside in. So if we go 1 here, 2 here, I can have that drawn like this and it looks, oh, that's super easy. This is 4th and 5. The base he's able to keep, the pass protection, it's simply outstanding offensive execution, man. So Nacua down here to the bottom. No. Boom. Watch out. Look how sudden Stafford goes from 1 backside in. Any wasted movement? Look at the base. Just no. Boom. And again, because it's middle field closed and that wide receiver, the number 2 up top, is probably inside their divider, he's going to get outside leverage by the nickel. And we got him. And it is just so good, man. He has been like this for a long time, but it still makes you appreciate it every time I see it. He just makes this look so easy. Oh yeah, right, boom, left, boom, right on him, on the body, on the break, first down. Last one here, 3rd and 5, coming out of the 2-minute warning, 4th quarter. Stafford again in total command. Okay, coming out of 2 minutes, I always think we're going to catch some iteration of pressure. Defensive guys just can't help themselves. Stafford does a great job right here, getting to a pressure beater, little tunnel down here to the bottom. There is, again, layers and layers upon of detail and high-level execution all over this play. So there are the first thing here is just watch Stafford's eyes. Okay, so just this subtle little catch left. Hold it to the left so it's not an immediate catch and throw. Okay, so there's a little substance post-snap. So left, come back to the right. Good throw right up on his face. Now, the best part of this play is Cooper Kupp's block and Cooper Kupp's kind of route to get to the block. So first off, Stafford sees cover 0. Easy to see, right? We're going to get to a pressure beater, little tunnel screen down here to the bottom. Now, Cooper Kupp's route, okay? Oftentimes, you'll see guys in this type of situation, he's the personal protector or blocking for Nacua. You'll see a lot of guys just come right here and try to block. And oftentimes, they'll miss this block because they get too far upfield. This guy will be attached to him and try to like tailpipe him and go make this play. This is not an easy block. What I love that he does, though, is he doesn't go straight there. He works up the field like he's running a route for a second. That's what that little look off does. It buys a little bit of time, and then he comes crazy flat and makes a big time block. So, I mean, this is my type of football, man. Super detailed, super locked in, blocking for your buddy, making a play. In addition, the left tackle does a nice job stepping down, getting out to Kupp's guy as well. 40 looks a little slow, and this thing is to the house. So watch Cooper Kupp right here. This is just art. Ra, da, 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 then go. See how sudden it is? He knows exactly what he's doing. Da, 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 go, flat. I mean, look at that angle he takes. And again, Nacua does a similar thing. Up, like he's going to run a route, and then back. And that is a locked up. That is a hell of a block, man. So it's the timing, right, of those 2 routes at the bottom and Stafford with the look off. It's the right tackle getting out. It's 17 being an absolute beast to bring down with the ball in his hands. But watch Stafford here. This is little subtle left. Boom. Perfectly weighted pass. A perfect block from 10. Hell yeah. So that is a wrap. Matthew Stafford, week 14, the Rams, Sean McVay, these wide receivers are rolling, locked in. Just dots all over the place, really, if I'm being honest. It's fun to watch. Really just puts a smile to my face. The precision and high-level execution overlaid with the offensive architecture, the structure, the command, the capacity for Stafford to get to what he wants to versus pressure. For the most part, borderline flawless game. There were a handful of throws that I didn't put in this video that weren't necessarily always perfectly right where he wanted it, but still, there were so many high-level throws, so many throws that just looked effortless, that are deep outs off platform, outside the numbers. There's him extending, creating. There are throws deep down the field. There's anticipation. There's accuracy. There's contested catches. There's audibles. There's checks. There's beating pressure. Just so much fun on so many different levels. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.